What's up, guys? Back here on Ceraulo Sports Talk, and joining me now, it's the man who you've been hearing about all week. He is the newest Oklahoma Sooner, and despite not playing a down of D1 college football yet, he's already got the best name in the sport. General Booty, what's up, my man?
How you doing? Thanks for having me on.
It's great to have you on. And, before we get into anything else, obviously I want to talk a lot of football with you, but there's something we have to address, and it's your name. And anyone who knows college football, they know you come from the Booty family. They know your uncles, Josh and John David, were great college quarterbacks. Your pops, Abram, was a standout wideout at LSU. But, names can be tough as a kid. And Booty can be a tough enough last name to grow up with. But then you have the name General Booty. And obviously, you've been embracing the notoriety that's come your way this week when you made your announcement that you were going to be an Oklahoma Sooner. But how long did it take for you to embrace your name and for you to fall in love with General Booty?
Yeah, I guess growing up, I was just used to it. Obviously, the last name in the family, like you said. So it was nothing really different to me. And then growing up in Shreveport, Louisiana, everyone knew the Booty family just from the football side of things. So it wasn't looked at as different. I know General is a unique name. I haven't met anyone with it yet. But I really liked it growing up. I loved my first name. And then moving out to California when I got a little bit older, kind of, I guess, shocked some people. They never heard of the last name Booty. General, unique name. Thought it was funny, cool. I get a bunch of different comments. People were like, "Man, that's a great name. I wish I had your name." Some people got jokes and stuff. It would make me laugh here and there, but it's been unique, and I love my name and wouldn't want to change it.
Well, look, even outside of Louisiana, if you're living in California and you don't know the Booty name, you're living under a rock because your uncle John David dominated at USC
No
for a
doubt.
few years.
No
Let's
doubt.
talk about that announcement video, General, because did you ever think you would get to 2 million views on Twitter? I mean, the video's gone viral. I've got so many questions. The gold cowboy hat, that part. Were you going for like a little Nas look there? What was the whole inspiration behind that video?
No, nothing to do with Lil Nas, but no, they made me a video when I was up there. Something they just wanted to put together real quick. I actually didn't know how it was going to turn out until they had sent it to me afterwards, and I thought it was really cool. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out just to notify people of my commitment and where I was heading to OU. But like you said, yeah, I got 2 million views. I definitely wasn't expecting that. I wasn't posting it to go viral or anything. I was just letting everyone know I was going to be a Sooner. So that was pretty cool to see it, I guess, go that big, but it was fun.
Yeah, it's been wild, man. So before we dive into the football aspect of things, what's been your favorite part of this past week?
Just my visit up to OU. I'd never been up to Norman, so that was a fun experience, and getting to meet the new coaches and check out, I guess their whole new staff. I mean, they're all brand new. So Coach Venables has done a great job putting together a new staff, and Coach Venables was awesome. I got to meet with him a little bit, but just check out the facilities, walk around campus, and just see what it's like up there.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. If football doesn't work out, you can go into broadcasting because you just took care of my segue for me. I was going to dive into Coach Venables. He's in his first year, obviously, the former Clemson DC. And, with him taking over as head coach and with Dillon Gabriel, the UCF transfer, who, is obviously the likely candidate to be QB1 on the depth chart. What was so attractive with so much, new stuff going on in Norman? What was so attractive about that program to you?
Really, we sat down with Coach Venables and met with him, and he spent a great deal of time with me and my family. But obviously, watching him on TV, knowing his success at Clemson, he's a great coach and he's got the players' respect. But just getting to sit down and talk to him, he really impressed me as far as his vision for the program, how much he talked about, how much he cared about the players, and just the little things he did for them and is going to do for them. And then his staff he surrounded himself with. You can tell I got to spend a lot of time with them over those couple of days, obviously. And you can just tell everyone on the staff is not only a great coach, but a great man. And that really attracted me to the program. And I thought that was the place for me.
So, when you look at Oklahoma, obviously it's a top tier program. And you look at some of the other schools that were interested in you. New Mexico, Liberty was rumored to be interested as well. And they just put a quarterback in the third round of the NFL draft in Malik Willis. So obviously Oklahoma is a tier above those schools, but knowing that you might be able to go to a New Mexico or a Liberty and compete for a starting job right away, how much did that internal debate weigh on your decision?
Yeah, it was definitely tough. It was definitely thought about and talked about by me and my family. At the end of the day, though, it's Oklahoma, like you said, it's a top program, and Dillon Gabriel's is never been healthy for a full season. So I'm not wishing anything upon him, but that's just the how it's gone for him in the past. So there could be, if I could go in and win a 2 spot, there could be an opportunity to get on the field early. And I have 3 years left to play, so I got time. Time's on my side, but at the end of the day, I was like, I'm gonna have to go compete wherever I go. I might as well go compete at Oklahoma at a national powerhouse and get better and go ahead and do it now.
Yeah, that's a great answer. I love your honesty, because when you
Mhm.
talk about Gabriel and his past and his health, it's an unfortunate truth, but it's a real thing to consider. And you're a thousand
Right.
percent right. If you win that two
Mhm.
spot, you might see some playing time this year. So speaking of Gabriel, I want to know, this is a
Mhm.
guy who obviously didn't play at a Power Five school, but he played at a damn good one, and he won 10
Right.
games 1 year at a damn good one. So what's
Right.
the top thing that you're looking to learn from him?
Going into it, I haven't met him or talked to him yet. Excited to meet him and get up there and learn from him. I would just say um, his experiences, like you said, he's won 10 games before and at UCF, which was a great program, and so he knows what he's doing. And obviously, he's doing things right. More on just the leadership side of things. On the field, at the end of the day, you can either do it or you can't do it, and you're gonna have to put in a lot of work to be able to do it, which I'm willing to do. But just to see how things go in the locker room at the high level, like Oklahoma, see what things are like internally, just preparation for games, stuff like that. So I'm excited to see how that goes.
So, General, speaking of learning things, obviously your dad, kind of the black
Hmm.
sheep among the brothers, he was a wideout. You had two
Yeah,
uncles who played quarterback not only in college at LSU and USC, respectively, but also in the NFL. So, who taught you the most growing up? Obviously, you didn't follow your dad's footsteps and
yeah.
become a wide receiver. So, was it still your pops who worked with you the most, or was it an uncle, or was it someone else?
No, that's a really tough one actually. Growing up in Shreveport, when I was younger, it was just my dad was around the most, and then my grandfather. Uh, I learned a lot from him, and he taught me at a very very young age fundamentals and things like that. And I still work with them here to this day. My dad taught me a lot, but more on the mental side of things for the football, but not really for quarterback since he didn't play quarterback. But he's always around to catch for me, and whenever I want to go out and throw, he'd go do that. And then my youngest uncle Jack, he was in high school when I was growing up in Shreveport, so and he worked out QBs after high school. So I did a lot of work with him early on, and my grandfather, and then John David, who was at USC. He was in California, so I didn't get to spend much time with him early on. But when I moved out to California, I got to spend some more time with him, work with him, kind of pick his brain since he played at a high level, see some things that he learned. And then Josh has always been around. And me and him probably worked the most as far as you look at throwing sessions, just going up to the field, throwing and working out. Me and him have spent the most time just going up to the field, him teaching me things, working on mechanics, throwing motion. We spent a lot of time this past off season getting my shortening my motion and just gaining arm strength. So me and him probably put in the most time together for sure.
That's awesome, man. It's amazing to have such a tight knit family where everyone's so
Yeah.
hands on. And, I'm lucky. I know your uncles, Josh and Jack, pretty well, and they're great guys. I can only imagine your dad and your
Hmm.
uncle, John David, and your grandpa are the exact same way.
Oh yeah,
How
they're
much
awesome.
pressure, if any, was there for you to maybe look at or consider LSU throughout this process? I mean, obviously, your dad and Uncle Josh went there.
Hmm.
Did they come calling at all with their new coach, Brian Kelly?
I was a LSU fan growing up. Still going to be an LSU fan, just being from Louisiana. Always want to see them do well. I didn't get any contact from Coach Kelly since he got there, and they're kind of their QB room. If you look at it right now, they're kind of stacked. So I don't know if they would try to even take another QB right now. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if they would have ended up calling you, that would have been something I would have considered just because it'd be home. But yeah, they didn't end up calling, so had to move on. But I'll still be secretly cheering for them as well.
I love it. I love it. Well, hey, it's going to be great for Louisiana in a couple of years. You and Arch Manning are going to be at
Mm-hmm.
top tier programs in college football. That's going to be something incredible. Hey, before I let you go, General, I heard that
Yeah.
you already have an NIL deal in the works, and I may or may
Mm-hmm.
not be repping that company. What can you tell
Yep,
us
right
about
there.
Bula and the deal that you've got coming out?
Yeah, Bula's family business, like you mentioned. My uncle Josh and Jack, they're working on it right now. It's going to be an app that's launching here in June, really soon. I'm excited to be a part. Um, yeah, we talked about it, I guess, a couple of days ago. They wanted to be my first NIL deal, and I appreciate them for it. And so we're still working things out right now, but Bula will be coming out soon in the app stores. I want y'all to go check it out. It's going to be a social betting app with your friends, just to make friendly bets. But it's going to take off once it hits. So I'm excited to be a part.
I can't wait to be a part of it too. Maybe we'll have to collab for a big announcement video that'll go viral again
No doubt.
when
No
Bula
doubt.
comes out in about a month, man. General Booty, thank you so much for the time, man. I appreciate it.